Valley Club is the Phoenix Force, an overhyped, useless Crucible team. I didn't need them at all this week in Cosmic Crucible, so should you stop building them? The old Man Logan trials are back and they're easier than ever, and we got some hard to find orbs in Marvel Strike Force right now. They may seem hidden if you're not sure where to look, so I'm going to show you where you can find these orbs. And if you're ready for all of these topics as well as the rest of your mailbag questions, then you know what to do, Valley Club. Find that like button and let's go smash it. And welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin. I hope you're having an excellent day. It is Mailbag Monday, and we're gonna answer your questions from the mailbag. And if you get some value from this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for even more Marvel Strike Force content, and ring that notification bell so you know as soon as a brand new video goes up. At least 5 Marvel Strike Force videos every single week on this channel. Let's talk about this brand new Phoenix Force team, Omega Red Phoenix Force. Phoenix was building them up. They're all level 103, which is for me my max level right now. We bought this purple ISO 8 on them. We have the max diamonds on Phoenix. We have as many red stars we're gonna get on Omega Red Phoenix right now. And if we look at our Cosmic Crucible matchups for this week, did not really end up using the Phoenix Force at all. Used them on offense once on stage 3 against this Annihilator Super Skrull combo, but canceled out of this fight. Ended up using a different team to beat this Annihilator combo, which consisted of Ultimate, Shadow King, Kahori, Ares, and Lady Deathstrike. Beat this team pretty easily. So didn't really end up using Phoenix Force, so I thought, didn't end up using them. Let's place them on defense. And that defense did not really hold at all. What I end up using is I placed them in this room here with the X-Men, but the Immortal X-Men beat this pretty easily. And I kept that same team on defense today and got very similar results, pretty easily beaten in room 4. They used a different team, a Cabal with Apocalypse and King, but yeah, still pretty disappointing results from this Phoenix Force team. So my question is, if they're not really needed on offense, if they're beaten this easily on defense, where do you use Phoenix Force? Should you keep building them? As of me recording this, I do have them maxed out based on where my roster is right now, but as I reach level 104, 105, I don't think I'm gonna keep building them up just based on my use in Cosmic Crucible. They're not in my top 6 countering some of the other defenses. Maybe once we get some other defenses in the meta that people are using, some other hybrid teams, these characters will be needed, but as of right now, I don't really see a place for the Phoenix Force. If you have some different use of this team, something that you're using on offense to make it a little more efficient or on defense to trick up your opponents, let me know, because right now I see very little use case for the Phoenix Force. Because I'm not sure where I'm going to use the Phoenix Force in the future, don't really need them this week in Cosmic Crucible, not sure if I'm going to need them the rest of the season in Cosmic Crucible if I've seen the similar defenses that I had this week. I did not end up getting this Liberty Orb special for this Phoenix Ascendant Orb for that passive for Phoenix. And if we look at what that would have done to extra 30,000 milestone points, a little over 30,000 points, would have got me some extra Peggy Carter shards, some gold, some more Crimson gear, which is nice. For me, wasn't worth that $15 valuation. Let me know if this had enough value at that $15 price point, that Phoenix Awaken and passive, if that was worth it for you. For me, it wasn't, but let me know down in the comments if it was worth it for you, if you did end up getting this offer. As we move forward in the games, there's some orbs that may be harder to find for some players. The first I want to discuss is this ability orb. It used to be in the main supply section, now it's in the raid section. So if you're wondering where your abilities are, or if you want to get more T-Force, this is where the ability orb is. Next thing I want to talk about is this Fortune Orb. This is a newer orb. We have been getting some of these orbs for every war, so make sure you claim these. These are here. It's training mats and gold, so some pretty good stuff there. We also have the Herc Diamond Orb that we talked about last week. The Diamond Orb for Hercules is all the way down here. Make sure you're opening these. You do get these accolades here for Hercules, and then make sure if you have that, especially if you have that 3 diamond Hercules, make sure you're going down here and spending your accolades for Hercules duplicates so you get some more of this these silver diamond credits. And there are 2 other orbs that you may have forgotten about. The first is for the Infinite Liberty Orb. This is for the event that's going on as of me recording this right now. I know some players have forgotten about this because you're not getting fragments for this from spending ISO 8 energy or normal campaign energy. It is from a calendar or daily web claim, so make sure you claim this. There are some okay things in there. There's dark diamond credits, some dark promo credits. The center pillar, we have some ions as well for some purple gear and some ISO 8 credits for some purple gear as well. This is the Phoenix Ascendant orb that you could have bought. I didn't end up getting it, but we also have this Justice orb that I know I have some questions about. Where are you getting shards for this? Well, this is the event that's going on in about an hour from now. It starts in about an hour from me recording this. It's probably already live as you're watching this video though, but you're getting shards for this from ISO 8 campaign, and that's gonna be scoring for this and Justice for All milestone. And the Old Man Logan trials are back. Make sure you do all of these trials, even if you have a 7 red star Old Man Logan. This Crimson gear, we have gear tier 20 coming up very, very soon, and this stuff is very valuable. So it's pretty easy to get just 9 nodes if you do all of these packs on difficulty 15. Take off the health packs and it makes it a lot easier. One thing I did want to point out though is mission 4, I believe it was the difficult one. Mission 4, the hero skill node still needs a lot of sacrifices, but the interesting thing here, went in with Fury on this first attempt, then went in with this, they did nothing there. Hawkeye did almost nothing, and then this team that was going to sacrifice to try to pull some Lizard ultimates, well, ended up killing Lizard. And what I heard is with this team, without Shang-Chi, with Fury here, the sacrifice team, some players were able to complete the whole node with this sacrifice team, so no Spider Society needed. So with the reworks to Captain Sam, Kestrel's still a pretty good character, Nick Fury here giving everybody speed up, and then Mockingbird and Ronin in here does very well in this hero skill node. So if you're struggling with this section, don't have a fully built Spider Society, you may want to try some of these rework characters for the hero skill section. As far as these cosmic bio nodes, I did bring in Super Skrull. I did not use his special or his ultimate on this whole run. So if you don't have Super Skrull, you may not need him to unlock Old Man Logan or get that 7-star Old Man Logan. Same thing with the Spider side. It looks like some other teams, now that we have some rework characters and some increased stats for some of these characters, you may not need Super Skrull, you may not need a Spider Society, so that's a good thing. Valley, long-time listener, first-time caller, thank you for leaving a question, my brother. With the devs removing one of the wars and now we don't have a Blitz constantly going, are we going to get the World Warrior milestone points to drop? Dropping one war and the opportunity to Blitz is really cutting back the number of points each person will generate. Maybe I missed where some of those points were coming from now, but I assume in my alliance we'll start to miss the last milestone unless we start to Blitz a bunch. Yeah. It was addressed last week. The devs, it was mentioned to the devs at least. They haven't really addressed it in the game or get any public communication for this, but in the same boat, my brother, we got 2 more days left of this milestone. I don't know if my alliance and I are going to get these T4s because, yeah, missing one war, not having those blitzes launch for the past 2 weeks in a row on time, it did significantly reduce the points for this. So hopefully the devs will adjust this. Hopefully they'll give some free World Warrior points, give that out just as like a goodwill gesture. So like, oh, we forgot this, we're gonna make this good. But yeah, they have not addressed this publicly yet. Hopefully they do, because missing a war, I do like that for the time, but it needed to be addressed for these milestones so that it could be as easy to get all these T4s for everyone. Hey ValleyFlyin, I've been loving the channel for a few months. You've been great. You have great energy, great information. Well, thank you, my brother. I try to make it as informative and entertaining as possible for everybody. And thank you for your question. And for my question, I've noticed in Blitz that the top teams regularly get matched with teams, some characters double red circles. I'm assuming this is gear tier 20 identifier. I remember seeing single red character circles before gear tier 19 is released. Why would there be so many accounts of gear tier 20 on the real server, or does Blitz fake teams to provide something to fight against? Thanks. Well, let's go into the game so I could show you this. And I blitzed all the way up to 8.3 just so I could show you an example of this, because it's very clear at 8.3 what's happening here. So I hope everybody watching this leaves this video a like, just because of the Blitz, just to answer this question here. But you got 2 things that the team that you see in Blitz is based on. It's based on your team that you're actually fighting with, and it's based on a team that your opponent actually used in battle. So for myself, I'm using this Night Stalkers team in battle. Someone might see a ValleyFlyin team with Night Stalkers in this combo here. But as far as how big the team that you're gonna see is, it's based on the team that you're using. So for this example, it's based on your gear tier level. So for this gear tier 19 for these Night Stalkers here, it's also based on your start level, but pre-diamonds. It's also because before diamonds were introduced, this is how it was. So if you had 6 stars on a character, well, it would be 7 stars is what you're seeing on the other side here. But they haven't updated since diamonds because Blitz is kind of a game mode they just want, I don't know, it's not as important as it was. So we pull this opponents here, we should see all these characters gear tier 19, and because the max things that you could see is 7 red stars, they'll be all 7 red stars. So gear tier 20 here, and it would be it's 7 red stars because that's the highest level that you have characters for Blitz. But if we go down here, we see that these characters are gear tier 19, but this Merc here is not. So we're gonna see 1 level up gear for this Merc, and then we'll see gear tier 20 characters there. So these characters are based on these Mercs here, and then this extra Merc is what this Scream is based on. So what the characters, the things that you see on Blitz is sort of based on your team, sort of based on your opponent's team, but this is not a team that QWERTY Wyatop actually has in his roster because it's not gear tier 20, but this is a team, this Symbiote team is a team that this person is actually using in Blitz. I hope that makes sense. I know it's a long explanation, but it's kind of weird what you see, and I've gotten a lot of questions over the years about what Blitz is based on. It's based on both your and your opponent's team, not just what your opponent has. Hey Valley, love your videos. What do you think about them implementing a volume slider for sound and music? I either turn it off or I blow my ears out. I don't want to turn it off, but it's too much. Thanks again. Keep up the great work. All right, so yeah, I've been turning this off for a while, and some of that is because it's for the videos I make. The music has been off for me for a long time because what I've heard, and I don't know if this is true, but early on, heard that they can copyright strike your videos because of the background music. So I've never had the background music in my videos because of that. So yeah, I do think it sounds good. I've played with it a little bit since they changed the background sound. It does sound good, but I normally just turn it right back off because of videos. As far as the sound, I usually keep it off as well. I'm playing on LD player right now, so even though it is on, I can't hear it because the LD player is muted. But that would be great. I think it would be great. I would like to have some sound effects on. Have a slider for that, and then I know some people play with other music or watch YouTube videos or something in the background while they're playing this. So having this music slider so you can slide it up and down and turn your volume up for the things you're wanting to listen to, but have some background music or some background sound effects, I think that would be great. Will the devs be capable of doing that without breaking the game? I don't know. That's going to be the big question, but I think having a slider for the music and the sound effects, I think that'll be a great thing. How do you get more stars for Super Skrull? Well, if you're talking about the gold stars for Super Skrull, well, your first time through Dark Dimension 6, you're going to get 5 gold stars for Super Skrull, and I believe the second time through, you're gonna get the 7th gold star, and I think it's 5 red stars that you get for your second time through. There was an event that they gave red stars for Super Skrull, just gave it away for free if you have them unlocked. But I think that event went away, and now I think if you want more red stars for Super Skrull, you have to buy it in the red star store, the elite store there with dark diamond credits. Hey ValleyFlyin, why do these new War and Crucible tunes absolutely suck in their respective game modes? Neither of these teams can beat any meta defenses on huge punch downs. Please tell me that the Envoys have told Scopely of their massive disappointment that these teams are. I have buyer's remorse for Absolute A-Force somewhat, but definitely for Mighty Avengers, Liberty, and Immortal X-Men. These tunes and teams bring back the days of disappointment of the Wakandans, X-Factor, and the original Black Order with how pathetic they are. All right, there's a lot to unpack here, and some I agree with, some I disagree with though. So let's talk about this. First start with Liberty team. Now the Liberty team, it's mainly Peggy Carter. You got Patriot, who's not in the game yet. So we don't have the full team in the game yet. And then we got Falcon, Joaquin. Now, my experience with Liberty, they were able to take out pretty much every meta defense in War on the test server. And of course, it is on the test server, except for the Infestation. Infestation like counters Liberty hard, but Liberty beat everything. The Odins, Illuminatis, Mephistos, all that stuff was beaten by Liberty. I think if they're not working for you, it's probably because the full team's not in the game yet. So Liberty is okay. Now, Mighty Avengers and Immortal X-Men, if we look at what those teams were, 1 new character and 4 reworked characters, similar to what we had with the Underworld, right? We had Mr. Negative and a bunch of reworks. So that was a good war team, but not like capable of beating all the meta things. So I think that should be your expectations for the Mighty Avengers. Immortal X-Men, we haven't had a Crucible team like that. They're pretty good in my opinion, but again, not capable of taking out everything. You do need to put some thought into a lot of teams. They're not capable of taking out like the meta teams that you need Odin or Mephisto or something like that for, but pretty much everything else, I've found that the Immortal X-Men beat. Mighty Avengers, I'm not really into war, so I'm assuming they're not that great. I haven't had too much a great of experience with the Mighty Avengers. And Absolute A-Force, I would say that they're pretty good. I wouldn't say that they could beat everything. I think Kahori, Miss Marvel Classic are the ones that you're using in other game modes. I know I'm using both of those two in Cosmic Crucible all the time, especially Kahori. Kahori is always involved in Cosmic Crucible for me, usually on a defensive team, sometimes on an offensive team. This week, she was an offensive team for me. But as far as the disappointment, Wakandans, yes, they were a disappointment. X Factor, though, Dad Bros, they were pretty solid for a long time, and they were solid in multiple game modes. So I would disagree with you with that. And the original Black Order, I'm not sure if you're talking about the rework Black Order for what they were supposed to do for War. That was pretty disappointing, but the original Black Order was an arena team, and they were arena meta for a long time. So I wouldn't say they're disappointment, but you could add that Phoenix Force to the list of disappointment because I have absolutely no idea what to do with Phoenix Force. I don't need them on offense, and they're not really holding on defense. So there are some disappointments, but I'd say Liberty's not a disappointment. Absolute A-Force is not a disappointment. Mighty Avengers and Immortal X-Men, again, I was building that more for the Uncanny Avengers for the raid teams. What they could do in Cosmic Crucible and War was kind of a bonus, but Black Order, they were not pathetic. They were arena team, brother. Maybe after they were out of the arena meta, they weren't that good, but yeah, any arena team is going to be very good for a while. So I'd say, I think Scopely designed some of these teams to be not as good, but Liberty is pretty good, and Absolute A-Force is okay. Hey, ValleyFlyin, so we're just done getting Elite War credit rewards. I know we could buy them in a store, but that will make getting the Awaken ability so much more painful. Not sure if this was a bug. I did just ask the devs this question as right before I started recording. Haven't got an answer yet. I'm not sure if this is intentional, but it could be intentional because a lot of these elite credits, we do have a lot of them in these season rewards. We're getting these season rewards every 2 weeks. And if we look at the amount of elite credits that we're getting from these season rewards, it should be enough to get a lot of those awakened abilities. Yes, there are not a lot in these rank rewards right now, and you're not getting a lot of these war credits in these normal rewards there. But if we go into the store there, these awakened abilities don't cost a lot based on these season rewards that you're getting. Plus, if you've been playing for a while, I got almost 2 million of these elite war credits that I don't know what I'm going to do with. So hopefully it is not a huge issue. Hopefully you still can get a lot of these awakened abilities. But yeah, down here, you can use some of your alliance credits for these elite war credits. I will find out if it's intentional, but it hopefully it's not too much of an issue. Hey, ValleyFlyin, what stuff from DC Worlds Collide would you like to have Scopely implemented in Marvel Strike Force? And you can play these out, you can play these manually, or you could just sim these, and I like that we could just sim these, so we're just gonna go sim these here. So we won the first battle here. Second battle, let's see if we win that one. We won the second one, so we already won 2 out of 3, so we pretty much won this one. And the last one here, we'll just sim this. We can play this, but very easy just to sim these. So this is a fun game mode. You can do like 3 arena battles right away, back to back to back. And the other mode I think is really fun is this Elseworld. I can't do it right now because it refreshes every day. And as soon as this refreshes, I end up doing this Elseworld because I think it's so fun. Basically what you do is you end up picking 5 characters, not necessarily from a roster, but just 5 characters in the game. And I think that's cool because even if you don't have some characters unlocked, in Elseworld, you still can use some of these characters. And basically you're just climbing up a tower with these characters. You're getting certain bonuses. Once you can either choose for some rewards or new characters. After, I think there's 2 rewards that you get where you're just getting new characters in the game. You're just climbing with the towers, your enemies are getting tougher and tougher. You get these bonuses, and based on your selections of the bonuses, either like more crit or more attack or more defense or more health, based on these bonuses that you hit and the teams that you select, you're trying to climb up all the way on those towers, and it's a fun game mode. So I would say Elseworld and Elite Arena are the 2 game modes that I like to see from DC Worlds Collide into Marvel Strike Force, but as far as features and things, there's a lot that it'd be too much for this video. Next question, since Lilandra is the first character, she already has a release method, who do you think will be the character like Sentinel or Kahori to have that first free-to-play character event? And I'm assuming, by the way, this question was asked which character of these Starjammers would get the free-to-play release method out of this team. We already have Lilandra with her method there. I hope that's not the free method. I hope it is still an event, a traditional event. And I'm hoping it's Howard. I think Howard is going to have a lot of value because of his passive, the stopping the speed of the enemies and all that stuff. So I hope it's Howard. Havoc is a really nice kit as well, does a lot of damage based on barrier, but I hope it's gonna be Howard and Duck. Let me know down in the comments who you want it to be for the Starjammers to have that event, if it's not already done with Lilandra. Hey Valley, so Battle Road runs for 4 days, and then what, we have to wait for 3 weeks? Yes. Knull has created a void, a 3-week content void. WTF, really? Wow, yeah. It's true, which is why I was like, why are they taking wars away? I don't like wars, but that's content. Why are they moving Crucible to the weekends? For Battle World, that's gonna be once a week, and then what about the rest of the 3 weeks? So weird that they did that. I guess it does make sense though, because it is a lot of autoing. There was some fun to be had for the day 3, but the Knull boss fight for me was just pretty much autos. So hopefully they fill the void that Knull left with more content, because yeah, I like the Crucibles on the weekdays. I don't like it being on the weekends, but yeah, it is definitely you have to wait for those Knull shards. Valley, with Battle World being back, Knull will unlock right around the corner. Is there Warden is red stars? Are they gonna cost dark promo credits? And when will they be coming to the game? So they have not said when they're coming to the game, and I don't remember if they said. I do believe it's dark promos credits, but as we look at Knull, the playable version of Knull does not have that epic tag, so maybe not. I'm assuming such a rare character that's so hard to get would be a dark promo character for his red stars. I'm assuming there's going to be some kind of leaderboard event around the time that Knull is unlocked, that you could compete for some diamonds and some red stars for Knull, but I don't think they've said either way right now. And I'm not, if they haven't said either way on his red stars, it's probably because they haven't decided that yet though. But I do believe that he's going to be a dark promo, but not an epic character, so could go either way. Hey Valley, hope all is well, brothers. You have a list of the nodes that contain golden training material shards. Love to save them. Use my energy there, thanks. All right, so I don't have a list, but I'll just take you through them. So we got to go through the hard heroes. So the gold campaigns is on this Noir node, bonus 7-6. We also have, I believe it's 6-6, no, not 6-6. It's gonna be 5-6 then with the Echo node. We have some gold here, and then 4-6 on this Sunspot node. You have gold mats there. Villains, the hard villains campaigns you're gonna have on these 6 nodes as well. 7-6, you're gonna have training mats there. This one should be 6-6. The Viv Vision node should have some there. And then 4-6, you should have some training mats here as well. And then if we go into the Nexus campaigns, all of these end nodes, all these 9 nodes will have either gold or training mats. So the even nodes, 6-9, 4-9, and 2-9 will have training mats. So 4-9 and 2-9 will have training gold nodes. And then 1-9, 3-9, and 5-9 will have those training mats. And then of course, during those showcases, there will be some of these showcase events that have some of the nodes that have gold, some of that training mats. But as far as your regular campaign nodes, these are the ones. All of your 9 nodes on the Nexus, some of your 6 nodes on villains, and some of your 6 nodes on the heroes. That's what's gonna have the gold and the training mats. So big shout out to everybody that left a question for this Monday mailbag. And if you wanna leave a question for one of these future Monday mailbags, make sure you're a member of the Discord, join the mailbag question channel, and leave your question there. Hopefully you did get some value from this video, and if you did, leave it a like. And if you want to see what are the biggest hidden gems in Marvel Strike Force today, check out the video up there, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin out.